Hello everybody, it's Jesse. I'm here at the office. If you're wondering, what the hell is this behind you? I'm playing Alan Wake 2 on stream. It's an amazing game. If you're not watching those, you're missing out. You should play the game. It's so good. Anyway, it is Blizzcon time. And they had their big opening panel. And I got to watch the beginning of it, but then I had stuff to do, so I haven't really seen the Warcraft part. And if you're wondering, okay, sure, Warcraft, awesome, but what are you thinking about Overwatch or Diablo? Here's my thoughts. One, I'm pretty sure Overwatch is only being propped up by the porn community, in which case, congratulations on your new skins. And two, I haven't played Diablo 4. It looks cool. I kind of want to play it, but I haven't had time, and it's really not been on my list of things to do. I've heard a lot of complaints about it. I've heard a lot of quality of life things aren't really there yet. I'll wait. Maybe we'll do like a Bobby's Gone celebration stream, and I'll play it then. But for now, the thing I care about is Warcraft, and I want to see what they're going to do, because I've seen a lot of stuff online. I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of, like, predictions. There was a leak about something called Avalorn, I think it was. I saw a lot of stuff, videos and whatever online of people being like, is this real? Is this going to happen? No, absolutely not. Just looking at it, I was like, nah, that's fake. Nah, that's fake. That's AI. Nah, that's fake. There's some parts of it where, you know, it's like that's clearly pulled from another asset in the game. And while a lot of people like to shit on Blizzard for things like that, like, they're just taking assets. There's no way they would do that for a new zone like that. So I don't buy it. So I'm very curious what we're actually going to see today. So let's jump in and see what is in store for the future of WoW. It has been that long. Oh my god. I'm gonna sip this tea. Don't read too much into that.
Go buy World of Warcraft, install it on your computer, and join the online sensation before we all murder you.
All right then.
Welcome to the World of Warcraft.
I have no idea what that was from.
And I'm a shaman. I'm Mr. T, and this is my night elf mohawk.
See, there's no such thing as a night elf mohawk.
Shut up, fool!
This role-playing game where heroes like Leroy
So we're definitely getting like a best of the last maybe 15 years.
That would be the World of Warcraft.
You're a player in the NFL, but what you're most proud of is that you've rated third nationally in dungeon progression.
Timing was perfect. That was fire.
For the Alliance!
For Azeroth!
All right, we're definitely starting with nostalgia. That's the point we're beginning at. Nostalgia. A lot of remember when? Didn't see a lot of like Drakthir or whatever.
And thank you. And we are ready to work. Anybody here for
Crazy to start your presentation on the word and wild.
Big shout out to the Warcraft teams. They are so happy to be here today. We have so much cool stuff to show you. So give it up for my Warcraft teams.
I mean, yeah, you should. They're actually putting in a lot of work. Also, that arena's huge.
Almost 30 years ago, a dispute between orcs and humans led to one of the longest running fantasy adventures in video game history. Right? Generations of players have called Azeroth home.
I played the first Warcraft, I remember.
First played Warcraft when it was released. I know you're out there. are now parents.
You know what? That was the reasonable response. A lot of those people were like,
Raising
"No,
new
dog."
heroes to take on the raids and battlegrounds of this timeless adventure.
Children in
It's those
this
shared
economy?
stories of Azeroth, both in-game and out, that make up this universe. Today is a great day for Warcraft.
TBD.
This is the beginning of a bold new chapter that will take us through the next 3 decades and beyond. Oh yeah.
What?
With a variety of games to entertain you, we welcome everyone to
Oh,
find
so he means like lots of different things, not just
Okay, Alliance.
3 decades is bold. That's bold.
Just practice. We're going to give you a chance to do it a little louder later.
And yes, of course I talk over for the Alliance. I don't give a damn
Throughout-
about the Alliance. You heard me.
Throughout the taverns of Azeroth, tall tales of adventure are retold through the whimsical and clever card play of Hearthstone. Yeah. I like to imagine humans
gotta be
and
honest,
orcs
I
getting
forgot
together,
Hearthstone was a thing.
showing off their collections and boasting of their deeds.
I forgot it was a thing.
But in the basements of those same taverns, they're playing a new game, Warcraft Rumble. Yeah. Me too. Which puts the battlefields and dungeons of Azeroth in the palm of your hand. And finally, World of Warcraft.
Just like audience reaction alone tells you all you need to know.
WoW immerses
About
us
these
into
properties.
Azeroth, where we
World of
are the
Warcraft?
champions,
Yeah! Everything
fighting
else?
alongside each other.
Well, we'll be
in
polite.
shared adventure. Almost 20 years ago, WoW revolutionized online communities and reimagined the enduring entertainment of massively multiplayer gaming. The very first BlizzCon was introduced our first expansion.
Yep.
So it's only fitting that we're here today to lay the foundation for WoW's future.
What does that mean,
Yeah.
though? Are they about to drop 30 years of...
Azeroth is a home we can always escape to. A home that is always waiting for us. Together, we
home
build
with
this
no
universe.
rules,
Our
never-changing
teams
lore.
craft the worlds and the adventures, but it is all of you who bring it to life. You are the heartbeat of the brand new adventures that are about to unfold. From all of us on the Warcraft teams here at Blizzard Entertainment, thank you.
Please welcome from Hearthstone, lead designer Cora Georgiou.
I feel like I should have skipped this part, but now I feel rude skipping it. Cora's gonna come out here and give a talk, and I'm gonna be like, there's nothing you could say that could get me. I don't know.
BlizzCon.
And apparently the
I have a
audience,
pretty good view
too.
From up here. It's really nice to see you all. We are thrilled to soon be celebrating Hearthstone's 10th anniversary. I know.
I hope that's like an audio thing and it was much louder than it actually seemed,
It's a
but
decade of telling tales around Azeroth with all of you.
what do you mean telling
Whether you
tales?
Aspire to climb the ladder to legend, enjoy brawling with friends in the battlegrounds,
Spending money to buy cards, and
or
then
maybe
making
you
new
just
cards you have to
listened
spend money
the
on.
10-hour version of the Saviors of Uldum theme song. Thank you all
None
for
of
being
this
a part of our
speaks to me in any way.
bustling town.
Oh,
We invite players both old and new to join us for our 10th anniversary next March. But we have so much to enjoy before
that
then.
hold for applause.
So let's talk about what's happening right now in
So rough.
Hearthstone and in Battlegrounds. We're setting the stage for a standoff in Hearthstone's upcoming expansion, Showdown in the Badlands, which takes place in Azeroth's Wild West. two strangers will cross paths, an outlaw and a lone ranger. Though they may not know it now, together they are destined for a grand adventure.
In the beginning, I was all alone, trying my best to do some good out there. But it didn't take long to realize that, with the right friends, everything would change.
Step aside.
Come on!
Ha! You don't know who you're messing with.
They knew the townsfolk were up to something sinister.
Let's move!
Right behind you!
Didn't these used to be musical numbers?
Powder keg, waiting to explode.
When did that change?
We did it! No.
Oh, nuts. As it turned out, I had the right backup waiting for me. Just when I needed it.
Let's do this.
You got it, partner.
I didn't intentionally pursue leadership.
I'm gonna punch ya!
Candle mudslider.
Sleeping like a rock!
Let's show these fine folks some Badlands hospitality.
Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
Where in the World of Warcraft can I experience the Wild West? Exactly. In the Badlands? Did they
That's
change
right.
that?
Our beloved Reno Jackson and Elise Starseeker are getting an origin tale. They'll work together to save the Badlands from the Bloodrock Town's nefarious mining operation. Singleton decks are returning with cards like Reno Lone Ranger, Hearthstone's first ever neutral hero card.
Getting some weird glitches
We'll
here.
talk more about him at the What's Next panel later today, where we'll also be revealing a motherlode of exciting new cards. You can get your hands on them and more when Showdown in the Badlands releases on November 14th.
Normally, getting something 11 days from now would be very hype. That was not a hype
You may
crowd.
be thinking, a new expansion. That's a lot of new cards, on top of 5 sets that are already in the standard rotation.
I wasn't thinking that, but
And
now I'm
if
definitely
you're a
reminded
new
that it's a
player
lot of
coming
money
back after a
or
break,
time.
that can be a little overwhelming. So we have been hard at work to make it easier than ever to join us. We're excited to announce catch-up packs. These are game-changing for getting your collection caught up. You see what we did there? Instead of the typical 5 cards you'd find in a regular Hearthstone card pack, you can get up to 50 cards from a single catch-up pack. The cards you receive will all be from within the last 2 years, ready to play and constructed. All of our players are going to get catch-up packs to open once you log in, and for all of you here at BlizzCon in person, or those of you at home who purchased either BlizzCon collection, we're also gifting you a few more packs. For anyone who's been away for a while, all of these packs can add up to hundreds of cards.
Up to,
We'll also be
can add
adding
up to.
quite a few of them into
Doesn't mean they
pre-purchase
will.
bundles for Showdown in the Badlands. We hope to see all of you getting some amazing cards and filling in or beginning your Hearthstone collection on November 14th. All right. feel like we might have some Battlegrounds fans out here. Yeah. So you might remember then that the last time we were all together at BlizzCon,
I can tell you, I've given some presentations. I've hosted some panels that have had this level of reaction, and it is rough. Cora, my heart goes out to you. Oh my God. It is not fun to get like, yeah.
Is what inspired the new mode we're debuting here today. Queuing up as a party for a lobby is great, but ultimately, you play against each other. What if you could actually play teamed up alongside each other? Sounds fun, doesn't it? We're pleased to announce a truly cooperative way to play. Battlegrounds duos. With a shared health pool, team combat, and sending cards back and forth between teammates. Now you can fight with your friends instead of against them. We were inspired by the Battleground community's creativity, finding ways to team up and help each other achieve top 4. So now we're setting an official table for you and your partner to take the crown together. For those of you here in person, grab a friend or make a new one, because you can try Battlegrounds duos here at BlizzCon right now at the Hearthstone demo area. We're planning to launch this new way to play for everyone early next year, and you can learn more later today and see the new heroes and minions that make teamwork so fun in Battlegrounds. It makes the dream work. We love teamwork. If you're tuning in at home, please make sure to join us at the What's Next panel. And if you're here with us at BlizzCon, you can also join me and other members of the Hearthstone team in the tavern. For you worthy opponents out there, come duel a dev and challenge the Hearthstone team. Or, if you want to catch up after 4 years away, pull up a chair by the hearth. We'll see you in the tavern.
Rough. That's rough. That's rough. Quickly moving on. That's a 50 DKP minus right there. That guy lost his head. This animation's super fun. Very fun. Did this ever release, or is this finally releasing?
Please
is that what we're finding out?
From Warcraft Rumble, executive producer Vic Sarath.
You gotta love Anixia. She didn't even use a deep breath there. Hello, BlizzCon. Last year, the team and I announced we were working on a brand new Warcraft game. A way to bring Warcraft with you wherever you are.
Okay, so it's a mobile game? I'm already out. I don't play mobile games.
We've had a ton of fun and poured a lot of love into making this game. Warcraft Rumble is an action strategy game with a deep
Is it
PvE
like Clash
campaign,
of Clans or
a
whatever that stuff
dynamic
is?
PvP mode,
Or
and
Clash
so
Royale?
much more. It's a game filled with familiar faces. You'll mix and match miniature versions of characters from the Warcraft universe to make your very own army as you take on opponents all over Azeroth.
Clash Royale.
So,
right?
If you've ever wanted to see Jaina command an army of Murlocs, or Grom lead a horde of angry chickens, apparently, this is your opportunity. By combining leaders, troops, and spells from 5 families, Alliance, Horde, Beasts, Undead, and my personal favorite, Blackrock, you'll battle your way through maps inspired by some very familiar locations. You'll fight to control resources, capture towers, and eventually defeat the boss or player at the other end. Speaking of bosses, each one has their own unique mechanics, so you'll have to adapt your strategies to the threats you'll face as you battle through the campaign and beyond. Our goal was to give you everything you love about
It's a fun concept. I'm curious about the monetization. You know what I mean? Like right now, Blizzard plus mobile equals like, we taking your money. So, like it's fun, but you can only get so much fun if you're paying $24.99 to get new units every couple days. You know what I mean?
And that was something we especially focused on during the beta, to make sure you have something fun to do every time you open up the game. And for those of you that played the beta and gave us your feedback, thank you so much. It's because of your support and the hard work of our team that we feel we got something really, really special on our hands. Now, let's take a look at the result.
Guy's just trying his hardest. Nice. An appropriate theme song to go with the trailer. Why? Why do we do this, gaming companies? We're gonna distract from the gameplay with the song. Don't listen too long. I want it. Hold on. We're gonna, hold on. I'm going back. Hold on. What was that? What did I just see? That music be distracting. That's what I'm saying. Dominating PvP. Great. But what is this next? What's this next screen? Right, so there's different levels of characters. And then we're spending money on stuff. Great. All right. Confirmed. You spending money on stuff. Right.
You know, I gotta admit, it's pretty cool watching that video and just thinking about how far we've come since last year. At this point, we just can't wait for all of you to hop in and play. And I mean, we literally can't wait. That's why we've made Warcraft Rumble available to download and play right now. This is such a huge moment for us, and
I have so many questions about the Warcraft franchise, and like Rumble, if you're already playing stuff on a mobile device,
Wi-Fi together.
You're probably doing Hearthstone if you're into the WoW community, but I guess you have this as well, so you're... But then if you want to play normal Warcraft, it seems to me like they're just cutting up their own... Like, I don't know how many people at this point are like, oh shit, I've never played Warcraft, but I really can't wait to play Warcraft Rumble.
Over 70
you know what I mean? Like, I don't.
And for those of you looking for an especially
they're
unique
pulling
challenge,
from their own core
have a
audience, and
Warcraft
I don't know how.
extra layer of difficulty
I don't know,
that we
man.
put
Maybe
for
I don't
ourselves.
get it. Maybe I don't get it. Leave a comment about how I don't get it. But I don't, it's
We've got
been. They
maps
said it's been
with
30
verticality,
years.
capture
In 30,
points,
like, it's just like me. I don't know how people are going to watch this
and
video and be
all
like,
kinds of other
oh, I've never seen a Jesse video, but I can't wait to see what he thinks about Warcraft. You
Lovingly
know what I mean?
handcrafted by our team and is its own
I don't know how many people it actually is.
But how you choose to solve that puzzle is completely up to you. And when you're in the mood for a solo dungeon, we've got you covered there as well. Dungeons in Warcraft Rumble are intense 3-mission gauntlets through places like Normagon and the Dead Mines, where you equip your armies with game-changing relics until your run is over.
I mean, I guess if you don't like Hearthstone like me, you would give this a try on your mobile device
Or
when you're
jump
not
into
playing.
PvP and duke it out with
WoW?
other players on maps inspired by some of the most legendary
man, I don't
maps
know.
and battlegrounds found in World of Warcraft.
It's like it's neat.
You can even
I'm
join a
not hating
guild
it at
and
all.
work together
It's just
with
not
your
a game for
friends
me.
for
I don't
some
know.
super special
Like I just
shared
don't.
rewards. can
I
only
don't play
say-
mobile at all, so I don't get a lot of mobile.
Nice.
But
That's just what we have in the game right now. We have so much more coming. For starters, we're going to be releasing a new mini with each season. And that also starts right now. Season 1
Gotta get
of
'em all.
Warcraft
Gotta buy 'em
Rumble
all.
is live. And the latest addition to our growing roster of minis is none other than the Banshee Queen herself, Sylvanas.
that one guy was like,
We're also working
Yep.
on even more
Yup.
ways for you to play with or against your friends.
I
And
love that dude.
includes the
I
biggest
don't know why he was
challenge
like,
in all
yes.
Rumble.
Yes.
Make sure to join our Warcraft Rumblings panel later today to hear all about raids and what else we have in store for the future of this game. Now, Blizzcon, before I go, I just wanted to let you know, the team and I, many of whom are here in Anaheim with us right now, we love playing strategy games. And we set out to make a game that harkens back to our RTS roots, where Warcraft began almost 30 years ago. It is really made out of a genuine love for Warcraft by people with deep roots in the universe. No matter how you like to play, there's something for everyone to love in Warcraft Rumble. Thank you so much, Blizzcon. Enjoy the chaos, and we'll see you in game.
Okay, are we finally there? It's been 20-some minutes. Are we
Executive
finally
producer,
there?
World of Warcraft, Holly Longdale.
Okay. All right. Finally, let's do this. Oh, she came out dressed like she's about to cast a spell.
Wow. What's up, BlizzCon? Oh, I'm so excited to see you all here. This is fantastic. Well, can you believe we've been playing World of Warcraft for almost 20 years?
I can. Because I'm old.
You know, 2004 was a while ago, right? You know, some of us, we waited in those lines for those midnight releases and got our discs. Yeah! And we raced home to install those WoW discs one by one. Across nearly 2 decades, players all over the world have taken part in the stories of Jaina, Sylvanas, Arthas, and Thrall.
All appropriate
And of
responses.
course, so many others. And together, we've jumped through the portal into Outland. We sailed off into Northrend, and we watched Sargeras stab the world with that sword. During that
These
time,
monsters.
gaming has
These
changed,
monsters.
and you have changed, and so have we, particularly in the past year. The entire team
You have
across
changed?
both modern
Then
and
give me
classic have
an
embraced their
expansion with the
communities.
sword.
We are truly
How dare you?
listening to your
You can't
voices
change unless you
and
give me the
taking
sword.
Action. My friends at BlizzCon, now is the perfect time to prepare to close chapters, open new ones.
I can't tell you how much that
and
what
double
sword thing
down on
it makes
why
me
we
so mad.
all fell in love with World of Warcraft in the first place. With that in mind, let's get to it. As many of you know, WoW Classic was born out of the community's passion.
It's so funny to me that they're like, everyone loves WoW. So let's talk about the old
today,
WoW.
Like just in August, inspired by our community, we released Classic Hardcore.
Yo, I haven't played it, but Crendor is in love with hardcore, and I'm happy for him. So bless.
In
Bless.
hardcore, you only get
I don't
one
do
life.
any hardcore anything. That's not who I
And
am.
if
I'll
you
never be that
die,
player.
You may laugh, you may cry.
I consider
you may
hardcore
have
a
to
waste of my
replace the
time. A
keyboard.
hardcore waste of my time.
But you go again. We've loved watching you take on the challenge or die trying. And because the hardcore community has asked, the team is planning to add a new way to play hardcore early next year. And last month in Wrath Classic, we released the Fall of the Lich King patch.
Where do they go from here? Like, it seems insane to me
And
that
while
they're
there's
like,
still
it's
more
WoW
coming
Classic.
back,
What are they going to do? Be
earlier
like,
this year,
WoW
we got your
Classic
feedback
Cataclysm.
To think about
Then what is even the
where
point?
are we gonna go next? We read through a lot, and I mean a lot of your feedback on social media forums, and we sent out surveys to our players. And here at Blizzcon, we're happy to announce Cataclysm is coming.
Why? Why?
It's coming with
The one everyone said was the thing that changed the game
based
for
on
the
your
worse?
feedback, just
Even though
like
I
we
enjoyed
expect
Cataclysm.
Classic. So now,
Everyone on the internet was like, it
let's
made the
jump
game
into
so
the
bad.
Wayback Machine
That's
and get
that.
a
How is it
reminder
classic any?
of all things Cataclysm.
The world. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand at all. Oh, but it's a new cinematic. That's fun. Oh, they're using in-game stuff? That's cute.
There is no hope, no future. All life is doomed.
That's a pretty fun. That's pretty fun.
Sons and daughters of Gilneas, hold the barricade. Do not give them an inch.
This is a pretty good cinematic, to be honest. But again, I liked Cataclysm a lot. It was, I had a blast with this. I loved what they did with the old world. If you, like, going back through, like, level 1 all the way up to max was so, I think the later levels, the stuff they did specifically for this were kind of like whatever. I wasn't a big fan of the underground ones. But, like, the stuff they did with this was awesome. Big fan. So, all right. But I don't understand how this falls under Classic. Does that make any sense? It's like World of Warcraft old.
Deathwing has sundered this world.
I think it defeats the point of I don't know, man. I don't know.
Two lords may return. You dare trespass into my domain? Die.
Especially considering the history of this and people being like, yo, it was trash. I didn't like it. What is going on? It is lagging up a storm. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I don't want to be laggy. Let's go. I had fun with this. This was a great battleground. I don't know, man. Not many people liked it. Not many people liked it.
I am Deathwing, the destroyer, the end of all things. I am the Cataclysm.
fun. Hype trailer. I gotta know what the response is online. I gotta know. Have people changed their minds on this? Are they like, yo, I'm so excited? I have to know.
Get ready, my friends, because I love the passion, by the way. Get ready, my friends, because the road to Deathwing's destruction is coming in the first half of next year. All right. Now, over the past 4 years of Classic, we've watched you master the vanilla experience, and we've loved it. So much, in fact, that we thought we'd add some unique flavor with a seasonal note and a dash of discovery. Season of Discovery is vanilla wow with a spicy twist. You're going to discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities. Have you ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer? In Season of Discovery, you can.
That's a fantastic concept.
Season is going to launch with an initial level cap of 25.
But again, putting it in Classic is so bizarre. But I guess I understand because it's probably easier. I don't know.
You'll discover a brand new 10-player Black Fathom Deeps raid with new and reimagined bosses, mechanics, and of course, rewards. Then, after a couple of months, we'll raise the level cap a bit. You'll find even more endgame content. And so,
I mean, I guess this is kind of the route you'd have to go
Blizzcon,
with Classic. But I wonder why they went Cataclysm and not just stuff like this. Does that make any sense? If they were like, we're taking Warcraft Classic and we're going to do some crazy shit, rather than just like, and now Cataclysm, which really was a massive change to the game.
Go check it out.
I don't know.
For all of you watching online, don't worry. You won't have to wait long to play. Because we want you to discover all of the secrets together, there will be no public testing. WoW Classic Season of Discovery launches in a few short weeks on November 30th.
Crendor's going to eat that up. He's going to have so much fun. I can already tell. I can already tell. He's going to love it.
For more information on the Season of Discovery,
I think that's super neat. I think that's super neat. I'm still baffled by I'm still shocked that it was Cataclysm.
Now it's time to talk to my
I guess I shouldn't be, but
in modern WoW. Our team remains committed to giving you meaningful game updates about every 8 weeks with more content sprinkled in between. We really want Azeroth to feel alive and the home you want to come back to.
What's the verdict
no
on
matter
Dragonflight?
how you play.
I heard a lot of people liked initial relaunch, initial launch,
is going live in just
but then since then I heard it's kind of like the story's boring, and I don't know what that means. I clearly haven't played.
To my elves, it is finally our
but I think people are like, it's the story's disjointed. Characters are doing things for no reason, or like the most recent thing I saw was that a book is coming out and it explains everything that wasn't explained in WoW, which is like a thing they've done forever and I've always hated. But
that's not the end of our time in the Dragon Isles. There's a lot more to come in Dragonflight that will serve as both the epilogue of this story and the bridge to our next one.
How very Final Fantasy XIV
like I said
of them.
Earlier, we are evolving.
Okay, I'm here for this.
We are changing our approach to this big, beautiful game and how we look ahead to new chapters. BlizzCon, it's time for a new adventure, one that has grown from the very seeds of what captured our hearts when we first set foot in Azeroth. For veteran players, the last 20 years have led us to this. And for those who have yet to join us, now is the time.
Are they doing a
and who better
reboot?
Talk about the
what is
first
happening
step in
right
this
now?
Journey?
All right, Metzen, obviously. There was hints that Metzen was there.
Then some path in the first
Watch
place.
the
Everyone,
room explode.
Please welcome my friend and the executive creative director of the Warcraft Universe, Chris Metzen.
This is something that, boy, Blizzard needs a Metzen again. I don't know if it has to be Metzen, but they need someone like this man about to deliver 110% right now. About to deliver so much passion.
What up, BlizzCon?
See? No one came out like that.
Holy smokes! Horde, where you at?
They need someone like this. Look at this. They got, look, come on, man.
BlizzCon.
This feels like BlizzCon now.
Holy smokes, thank you. Thank you. It is, thank you guys.
Also,
it has been a long,
kind of dig Bald
trip
Metzen
to get back to this spot. I tell you that. It has been interesting this past year being back under the hood of World of Warcraft. It has reminded me of a few things. One, I love Warcraft. Number two, you know what? I really missed this work. And number three, on the real, it feels amazing to be
what the
back
hell are they
and
planning?
part of this Blizzard family again.
Do you think because they're like, there's been 30 years and there's going to be 30 more years, that they're just
As Holly said
going
a
to
bit
drop
ago,
multiple expansions?
Next year is the 20th anniversary of
Are we
World
about to
of
get
Warcraft.
crazy
I
right
can't
now?
even believe it. Whatever. How many of y'all have been playing from the beginning?
What the hell is this man about to say?
I love you, Prison. So given that, what was that? Doesn't matter. We started thinking, so what next, right? What expansion hook, what single storyline could possibly match such a historic occasion? We started thinking about, well, I did, the good old days, right? And some of those early mythic ideas that kind of established the background of Warcraft. Started thinking about even some of the newer ideas that have played out more recently, but still in a way feel a little unresolved.
Oh, you mean most of the franchise?
In the mix
most of the storylines.
of all
Go
that
on.
stuff, in the mix of all those ideas, particular things like, what the hell has Magni actually been babbling about all these years?
Holy shit, is this motherfucker actually going to do
Was
this?
the thing that he came to warn
Am I
us
going to go
about
back
in
and play
Battle for
Warcraft?
Azeroth, did it actually play out? Or is there potentially something darker still looming on the horizon? I don't know. Will there eventually be an apocalyptic confrontation between the forces of the light and the void? Talk to me, BlizzCon. I'll tell you what, for nothing, my pally Maine, I'm all in on that kind of thing if it happens. It's gonna happen. And really the big question for all the marbles, what have the Titans actually been doing since the dawn of civilization?
I thought he was going to say, what about that sword?
What is the real purpose of all of their cute little installations slammed into the side of the planet?
What is that giant
Do we
sword
know
doing there?
Everything we need to know about their real intentions for our world.
And the giant sword.
Just saying. BlizzCon. All of these hooks. And 100 more. 68. Carry the 2. A bunch more.
Metzen still got it.
Cooking in the pot. started to reveal a storyline.
Where is this
Something
going?
Epic. How epic? Real epic. A storyline that in almost every way feels like the
why you lagging,
and
stream?
in almost every way feels like the culmination of the first 20 years of our storytelling. A storyline provided we do our jobs, we do the thing that will vector us into the next 20 years of adventure. Blizzcon.
What is about to happen?
Are you with me, Blizzcon?
This man just hit us with Chronicles of
We call
Riddick.
this storyline the World Soul Saga.
This is going to be multiple games. This is about to be multiple games that they're going to announce right now.
The World Soul Saga.
A saga ain't one game.
We covered. It cannot be contained within any single expansion.
Stop.
It is built to play out over multiple expansions over the next few years. Come on.
I'm gonna pause. Can I pause? Can I pause? How do I pause? Pause. Yo. I don't know what this is besides like, okay, I might give this a chance. But it feels like someone somewhere, and it might be Metzen, I don't know. Someone said we need to tell people that we are planning good stuff moving forward. Because the last two expansions, even though apparently Dragonflight's better than Shadowlands was a turd. A farty, stupid turd. And BFA, people didn't like that. And so I think it's been on this sort of down slope, and there was an exodus, and people are complaining. And I think them saying, yo, we're doing something, and it's going to be multiple expansions, and it's going to be big, and we have it planned, is a good way to bring people back. It's a solid strategy. The question is, can they deliver on what the average gamer wants, which is like complete, not stories, experiences, right? Like, can they deliver on like the next expansion? When you beat it, you're like, wow, that was great. Can't wait for the next one. Rather than like, a great example. I don't know how many of you watched The Dragon Prince. It's a show on Netflix. Metzen is one of the dragons in it. In that show, I actually happen to like it a lot. The first, I think 3 seasons, maybe 2, I don't remember. The first couple seasons, we'll say, had a start and a finish. And then the next season would start and then it would finish, right? But they got renewed for, I don't know, like a complete 8 season total, I think is what it is. They got 5 more seasons. And what they're doing now is each season doesn't really have an ending. A season will go, and then the next season will start and it will go from right where it left off. But they don't really have endings anymore, right? When a season ends, there isn't like a big spectacle. There isn't like a major finale. It just kind of ends. And it's like, okay, see you in half a year. I hate that. When it ends, I'm like, wait, there's no more episodes? But like, what the hell even happened? Nothing happened. That's my one concern here, is that because they're telling a long story, nothing will really happen. However, that could be very wrong. I could be misinterpreting this. And that could just be a fear because Final Fantasy XIV, which I happen to like very much, specifically for the story, they have done multi-arcs where, so for example, A Realm Reborn is like its own thing. And then Heavensward like continues that. It's kind of like we're starting fresh. But from Stormblood through Endwalker, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, Endwalker, that is an arc. That is a big arc that they're like, we're wrapping up stuff. And it pays off. I think it pays off. So I'm very curious if WoW can do that. And if they can, that could be huge for them. That could be huge. It is a reason I would play. So like, I'm kind of in. I didn't think I'd be sitting here saying this, but I'm kind of in.
Having said that, we are working on multiple ways to deliver this adventure to you a little faster than you're used to. we're not going to get into it at this BlizzCon. Forgive me.
What does that mean?
But keep your ears peeled. I assure you, we are moving with purpose. And the last thing we really want
That's good.
is for y'all to have your grandkids controlling your mouse and your keyboard trying to wrap this thing up. So, it's coming.
Good. Good for them.
Also,
Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Does that mean what I think it means? All right. Follow me here. I'm a producer of video games, not Warcraft level video games, but I produce some games every now and again. If I was going to do this, I'd give people a rapid release schedule, like I think Metzen is hinting at, but I'd also use what was available. I would take the World of Warcraft that exists, and I would be like, we're sending you back to old places. New things are there, new things are happening, but we're going to go back to Northrend. We're going to have to go back there and like find some shit, right? Where, he mentioned all the different places on the world that are Titan creations, right? We're going to have to go back to like Ulduar and Uldum and all the places I've forgotten. You have to go back to them and things are going to happen there. You're going to have to go on other missions to like, you might have to go to Angoro and do a thing because you haven't been there for a while, right? This would actually be the time to deal with that sword, to finally be like, okay, there's a giant sword that's pissed Jesse off for multiple expansions. Let's deal with that. That would be brilliant. To just say, we're going to go back, we're going to mess with all this, and we're going to give you, we're not going to like create a bunch of new lands, right? We're not going to create a bunch, like we're going to, maybe 1 or 2 per expansion, but we're going to build out the world we have and give you a conclusion to a story. If that happens, that is a smart way to get out expansions very quickly and to continue the story and give people what they want. I think. I don't know. Let's find out.
Monster. We have decided to change it up today. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Instead of just debuting your next expansion all on its lonesome, we have decided to give you a glimpse.
Amazing.
At
Amazing.
your next 3 expansions.
Right, so that's the arc. Okay, all right. Okay. I understand why they saved this for last.
With your approval, BlizzCon. My friends, I'm going to warn you, there may be mild spoilers ahead. Actually, I'm just kidding. They ain't mild. Buckle up. Are you ready, BlizzCon?
You can tell the crowd is excited. That's good. That's good.
The first part of the World Soul Saga and your 10th expansion is called World of Warcraft, The War Within.
I bet it's about the inside of the world, but also about the turmoil in our characters.
You will be descending into the heart of Azeroth itself.
Yep.
Exploring new subterranean kingdoms and engaging with ancient cultures like the Earthen and the terrifying Nerubians of Azj-Kahet. But as the forces of darkness close in around our precious world soul, yeah, that's you, will be called to do what you always do, which is dispense indiscriminate justice upon all those who got it coming. Talk to me, BlizzCon. The second part of the World Soul Saga is called World of Warcraft Midnight.
Are we going to get a conclusion to the Nozdormu storyline as well?
In this chapter, you will be returning, ready, to the old world. To the fabled lands of Quel'Thalas. There, the forces of the Void have invaded Azeroth, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell.
Interesting. So they really are. I mean, like, is it
fear.
a new Quel'Thalas, or are they going to use the old and then
will
just
not only help reunify the scattered elven tribes of Azeroth, but you will make your stand with the forces of the light and banish the shadow forever.
So that's the penultimate, and then
Of course, BlizzCon, it is Azeroth. Things may not go to plan. Things may just spiral wildly.
right. So that's the Empire Strikes Back. All right.
Leading us to the third part of the World Soul Saga. World of Warcraft, the Last Titan.
Okay.
In this chapter, you will again be returning to the old world. This time, to the wintry lands of Northrend.
They're actually doing it.
And there,
They're
at
actually
Ulduar,
doing it.
you will bear witness to the return of the Titans to Azeroth.
But for some reason, some of you will also be on a gambling planet.
You will
Don't ask
uncover
questions.
a vast
Also, there's a chase. The whole movie is a chase. I
one
mean,
that
game.
stretches throughout the history of the world. One that will challenge everything you think you know about the Titans, their intentions, and the true nature of Azeroth itself.
Oh, I hope this ends. What's that one movie?
In
where they're,
time, my friend, in time.
where they like all the people are just food for
And
like.
it's called Silithus. There you go.
This son of a bitch.
BlizzCon.
With the lichen tints and they
My
fly
hope,
and skate. What the hell is that
our
movie
dear
called?
hope, is that you can see when it comes to
They
wild
like use
storytelling.
people on their planets to
We
stay
ain't screwing
alive
around.
forever. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Jupiter Ascending. Terrible
We are
movie.
playing
Super fun.
for all the marbles. We are working to establish a thundering heartbeat for this franchise. Now. Now, BlizzCon. Hearken to me. Always wanted to say that. Thank you. Whether you are
It's pretty exciting. I'm not going to
current
lie.
player, and I'm going to bet that most of you are. Or maybe you jumped off the WoW train a few expansions ago.
Yup.
Now is the time to come home.
I'm feeling it. I'm absolutely feeling it.
Now is the time to pull on your boots, pick up your broadsword.
It's all
or your
dependent
favorite
on how
glowing
much
staff,
like
and get
gated
in
content
this fight.
and weird progression stuff they have and how much rep I have to grind. It's all contingent. My hype
Friends,
exists in the moment, but I
Azeroth
know
needs your
what this
defenders
franchise
now
is,
more than ever.
and I hope they don't do that
Now.
to poor Jesse.
In a few moments, we are going to give you a deeper look at the war within. But before we do that, I want to leave you with a little something to chew on.
What's
wanna
going on with that
remind you
sword?
all That sometimes very epic things can begin with small, heartfelt moments. What you're about to see is one of those moments. And with that, BlizzCon.
Right, because the War Within is also a character
Proud
War Within.
defenders of Azeroth.
Right, no, I get it. I'm very curious with the WoW audience, because I've
Let
seen
the
reactions
World
to
Soul
like
Saga
some of the Dragonflight cinematics where they're like, this is boring. People are just talking. I'm very curious what people will think. Also, hey, Anduin. Oh, this man. This man aged. I love they're using Anduin's theme. A theme, they've had like 8 versions of his song. And it's about time they're using them.
You're here to tell me we don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately. Something, someone, is calling out from the heart of the world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin. The world needs your light again. My son.
I'm not that person anymore.
I've got darkness within. Or warped.
Not after what I've seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Hear me.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
All right, I'm in. All right, I'm in. I'm still curious how they don't know about the World Soul. Were they just not a part of that expansion? I don't remember. I feel like... Okay, you know what? I'll play it. The last couple expansions don't matter, clearly. I'll play it for this. All right. Shit. About to get my money.
I guess we're not ignoring that sword anymore.
Boo!
I have to say, though,
Boo!
I see that cinematic, and I've seen it many times. It gets me right in my heart. It feels like a new beginning, and it feels like coming home. And we are so excited about where we are
For some
going.
reason, I hate when they keep going,
And now that you've
come
seen
home.
or
It feels like
heard
coming
the
home.
overview for the World Soul Saga,
The home where you pay a
let's
monthly
talk about
subscription.
the war within.
Come home.
As we all gather and
Pay
explore
rent.
beneath the surface, we'll find an ancient Nerubian civilization.
It's like when Twitch would be like, bleed purple. It's like,
It will
no.
be led by someone we were first introduced to in Legion, Xal'atath, a harbinger of the void. The void brings destruction and darkness that threatens all light in our world. The last time we saw Xal'atath, she promised we would meet again. And it turns out she was right. And while Anduin, Thrall, and others share the same visions emanating from the heart of the world, some are seeing something quite different.
My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow taunting me from below.
I mean, I'm glad. Ooh, okay. All right. This was mentioned. You know what? It's so funny that I'm like, I mean, they're not going to reuse assets for zones. That's really what all this is. But it makes sense if you're trying to get a bunch of things out immediately. So, like... Oh, wow, hold on. That's underground. Look at that. That's with the sword pierced right there in the background. Is that true? That has to be it. The sword is piercing through the ground? All right. Shit. I'll come back just to experience the end. If this is like the end of a saga, the world, I mean, I gotta know. I will have completely forgot how to play this game, but
rests upon the edge of a knife.
Someone call Mojo Maker.
And our battle lies deep within.
All right, shit.
In the War Within, alongside beautiful, unique underground zones, we will have challenging dungeons and raids and some new features too that are built to last. If you like exploring on your own with a couple of friends or family, we have delves. These are a variety of bite-sized experiences.
We got
for 1 to
elves.
5 players
We got
that will
belves.
offer endgame
We got delves. We got nelves. So many elf-based things.
Delve, a familiar character who'd be willing to fight alongside you. And if you're like me and you have an obsession with alts, we have war bands. With this feature, you could treat all of your characters like family and share banks, reputations, transmogs.
That's really smart.
We're also introducing a new layer of customization for your class specs with hero talents. You might want to take your character down the path of a Dark Ranger, let's say, or a Farseer, and more.
Interesting.
Also, during your travels underground, you will meet the Earthen Dwarves, and you'll be able to unlock them as our new allied race. I mean, who doesn't love a dwarf? The facial hair options are spectacular. There's so much more to talk about, so please join the What Next panel that's coming up right after the opening ceremony right here. What I can tell you, though, is that the call to get into the fight to save our world will ring out when the War Within releases next year.
October, I would imagine. Fall 2024. Yeah.
And lastly, I sincerely want to say, we are so excited to begin this new journey with you. And from our hearts to yours, thank you for bringing our world to life.
I gotta be honest, I'm super in. I'm super in. I didn't think I would be excited. I'm very excited. I like the commitment.
With his own note of thanks, Mike Ibarra.
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay.
Thank you to all the teams.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Yeah, I absolutely am totally in. I actually love the idea. I love the concept. I love the commitment of like, here's 3. We're not going to like change shit up and do some weird stuff. We're not going to suddenly be in BFA and then Shadowlands, then Dragonflight. If you look at those 3 expansions, it's nonsense. It is teams that are uncoordinated, not even talking to each other, weird retcon shit happening. It is not worth playing as far as I'm concerned. Even though some things in BFA I liked, and some things in Shadowland I liked. I haven't played Dragonflight, but as a whole, the overarching narrative of what was going on is nonsense. Nonsense. And then combined with the gating of stuff and the different like power things, and it wasn't for me. And I like the idea. It's one of the reasons why I love Final Fantasy XIV right now, is the idea that each expansion sort of builds off the last one and we're going somewhere. And when we get there, it's going to be amazing. And now the problem with 14 is that it's starting up again, which is a huge time for WoW to be like, hey, we're going to deliver on something. And it's very smart because 14 is like a new arc is beginning. And this is, we're doing a final arc to wrap up a major plot line and any loose ends. And I think that's amazing. It's going to bring a bunch of people back. I'm positive of this. Very smart. I don't know whose idea it was, but it's a good idea. And the question then becomes, when that's over, what do they do? Hopefully, in like a perfect world, something crazy will happen and they'll be like, well, we're starting over in some way. Honestly, I don't know. Like, WoW's biggest problem is it consistently ramps it up every time. And I think because the current expansion isn't ramping it up, players are like, it's kind of boring. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But let me know what you think down below in the comments. Are you as excited as I am? Look, I had to sit through 2 things I did not care about in order to get to this, but here we are, and I'm feeling it. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to lie. I will definitely check it out. Hopefully by then, Kodak will be gone, so, like, I'll have no qualms. I don't want to give that man money. He can kiss my ass. But hopefully, it'll be worth checking out. I don't know. We will see. We will see.